Hey guys, it's Zar from Zillion Trading, just checking in with you. I just had a very quick question in our Telegram group about support and resistance and how to draw zones. As you know, if you watch our videos, you'll see that I do draw out zones of support and resistance, areas where prices may in fact reject when reached, and they often do. And you watch our videos, you'll see it happening all the time. And so I was asked the question, and the person who asked the question said that they've learned so many different ways to draw support and resistance over the years and weren't quite sure which way is the right way or how to go about doing it. Well, the truth is there are no real hard and fast rules, but it's really quite a simple concept. And once I show it to you, I think you'll agree that it's there's really not a lot of rocket science in it. Here we go. So when I come into a day, let's just say today. Is this today? Yes, it is. This is actually really interesting because we have had some very bizarre movement for the past 24 hours in the NASDAQ, and for that matter of fact, for the last 3 or 4 days. So these aren't the best days to show this, but they'll still work, so I'll show it to you. When I come into a day, we have the Asian session, the London session, and then the New York session, which is still playing out. That's why you'll see we're not even done New York yet today. It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We've had this massive rally on New York. If you're watching this today, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Very big rally. But when I come into the London session, for instance, London in the morning, it hasn't even opened for me. I'm in the New York time zone, by the way, but I get up at around 1 o'clock in the morning and sometimes 2 o'clock to be up and about by 3 o'clock when the market opens for me. See 3 a.m. there at the bottom of that screen? That's when the London opens for me. So Asia has pretty much already happened, and I'll have this price action. And so what do I do with this? This is a completely naked chart. There's a 20 EMA on there, but that's completely irrelevant to what we're talking about. So what you'll immediately see is that I'm going to ignore what's back here for now because we're scalping. So it's kind of in a micro universe, if you will. We're doing small things here, right? So I don't really care about the higher time frame trend and what have you to a large extent. Now, I really should expand upon that too, but I won't do it here. Let's just stick with the support and resistance zones. So we have nothing on this chart, but we do have some price action. The first thing I can see immediately is that prices, the top of the price action in Asia is right here. So what I'll do is get to the top of the bodies. You see the body of the candle there? And I'll just draw a little zone. And then starting at the beginning of Asia. I could even extend this out because these wicks here also relate to that same area, so we can kind of do that, but you get the idea. I can see already at the bottom of this area when the Asia opened was here. So I'm going to put a zone right there. So already we have like a range in here. You saw prices pull down and they happen to stop here and then rally up to here and then press down. Now, this has already happened. When I come in around this time, this has already happened. We saw a break of this area. But when we saw a break of this area, prices pushed down, rallied back up, and retested this support area from before. And then pushed down again and rallied back up again retesting. So what I might even do then is to kind of expand this range to look something like this, which speaks to this idea of support breaking and then turning resistance and then prices coming down, recognizing that none of this has happened yet, right? We're kind of moving out into the future here as we go. Then later on, for whatever reason, when prices pushed down here, they stopped going down. The market said, I resist you from going down anymore, or I reject your attempts to go down. That's a rejection zone, right? Or supporting. The reason it's called support is because it's a floor to prices moving down, right? It's supporting prices. As you would support, I don't know, if you're holding something, a basket of apples, you are supporting it against gravity. That's what the market's doing right here. And I won't get into the reasons why that's happening, but again, very real internal constituents for that. And then prices rally back up to this area again, and sure enough, reject in about the zone, right? Remember this here? Wicked up and rejected, back down again. Didn't quite reach this area here. I'm not going to redraw here anything because it's still very close. These are 10-minute candles, right? In terms of time. And now here we finally get a break above and then a sell-off down. So now this hasn't happened yet. What I would do then is draw a zone above this piece here because prices tried to rally and rejected down. So we have now a resistance zone. I might even delete this because it's become irrelevant. It's been wiped out. And so now what you're looking at is a sell-off all the way down here, a rally all the way up here, and a sell-off again down here to what? A rejection right at this, and I mean right at the support zone. And the members of my group know that I had these pre-drawn when we came in before this even happened, and then prices rallied and stopped exactly where this action is. I had also from the previous day, by the way, a support zone here, which this rallied into and was absolutely turned around and thrown back down, right? Rejected very, very aggressively, but I won't get into that. You can watch our videos and see how that happened here today. Now, as prices are start to move up here, I'm going to go back even further because we have dead air here, or clear air, and I'm going to see where they might reject next. And it would be right here, right? Prices might reject there. And then where would they reject next? And if you watch my video or join our Telegram group, you'll see that I had a zone here, I had a zone here, and I had a zone here. You get the idea. And then, of course, another one up here. And why? Because those are previous areas where prices attempted to rally and were stopped and rejected. Prices attempted to rally, were stopped and rejected down. Prices attempted to rally, rejected, and went down. These would be support zones. These are resistance zones. You can even draw small zones there, small zones here. I know I'm going into quite some detail here, but I think this is what is being asked of me, and so I want to make sure we get it. Now here's where you also will see me place things like arrows to show areas of clean traffic where prices will likely travel very, very quickly and without any resistance. And did that happen? It absolutely did, right? This took no time. As a matter of fact, on the New York Open, prices exploded through this range like a hot knife through butter, and through this next range, which was also a clean traffic, where I believe I had an arrow. I did not have an arrow all the way through here because we didn't have clean traffic. We had noisy traffic with these zones you see here, right? And so hopefully that helps to explain it a little bit. So where we are right now, this is real time now in history, right? In the New York session, we see that prices rallied, came back, found some support. So now we're looking only in the New York session. We can draw a support zone here because prices went up, came back, tested, and then rallied again, and have now just what? Rejected again. I would place a small, this is a minor resistance zone. This could be the high of the day. We don't know yet. We'll have to wait for price action to tell us if it in fact it is. But you get the idea. Hopefully that helps. So now we would expect prices to move, at least try to move back down again. They may only go as far as here. We don't know yet. We'll believe what prices are telling us, right? Here. They may go to here. They may try to rally back up again, in which case we would make a new support zone here and begin to work with the behavior of candles in between those zones. If we get a breakout, the same thing will happen up here. Eventually, prices will stop going up. They will roll over and turn down, in which case we put a resistance zone there and determine what might happen next. And we're trading in between these zones. And you saw that play out in our Telegram group today. And that pretty much covers it for now. If you have any specific questions on this video, I'd be happy to expand and expound upon those as well. Thanks for your question, guys. We'll talk soon.